Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Mayra Castillo and I, Araceli Salas, we are going to present the role of English in the empowerment of undergraduate ELT female students. This was the result of a study done in the Masters of English Language Teaching in BUAP. And well, my student, my great student, had this idea of doing this study with female students, and I found it really interesting. I hope you enjoy this presentation. Okay, Mayra, please.
Okay, thank you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. I am Mayra Castillo Ortíz, and well, the name of the research is the role of English in the empowerment of undergraduate ELT female students. Okay, well, the introduction to the problem, as we all know, language allows people to express their ideas, feelings, likes, dislikes, and also language is a way to transmit education. However, not all people are able to receive proper education in Mexico, for example, girls. And as we all know, still in these years, in the labor market, women did not have equal access to leadership positions. Even when women are encouraged to study, they suffer discrimination and workplace violence. Okay, and sometimes they are asked to be at home doing housework, helping with some things at home. Okay, the research questions. Okay, first I want you to know that LEY stands for Licenciatura en la Enseñanza del Inglés. What are lay female students' perceptions and expectations to learn English in their first semester? And the second research question is, what are the main factors that influence the participants' process of empowerment through English learning? Okay, the statement of the problem. In Mexico, mainly in small communities, rural communities, women face many challenges to attend to college. Sometimes, like, parents think that girls shouldn't go to school because someday they are going to get married and they are going to stay home. Or they think that they should stay home because they need to help, like, taking care of children, the kids, the brother, sister, or doing housework. And as we all know, higher education opens the door to many economic opportunities. Okay, and well, there seems to be a relationship between professional development and English language. Why? Because English now is like the language of an international language, the language of communication around the world. And well, I want to quote Hussein and Safar 2009, that they said, English has become global today. To have a competent knowledge of the language is seen as a useful key for opening many doors. Okay, I want to show you like some of the topics that we decided to include in our literature review. Here we have women's role in society, women in the community, women learning languages, leadership and empowerment of women, and English as a tool for development, and finally, discrimination against women. This is not like lately, because discrimination against women has always existed, but it remains till these days. Okay, the research methodology. Narrative inquiry as the main methodology, according to Clandin and Connelly 2000, narrative inquiry is an umbrella term that captures personal and human dimensions of experience over time, and it takes into account the relation between individual experience and cultural context. So because of the nature of the research, this methodology was very important to discover like the experience, the past experience of the participants till the days that they were living and the future, the expectations regarding the English language. Okay, the context of the research was conducted in BUAP, Facultad de Lenguas. Okay, I'm getting back. How? Well, we decided to choose first semester participants. Why? Because to see the thoughts that they had when they just entered to the university, like the first days, why they wanted to study English, like what were the expectations. And then after like 5 months, when they get into, how do you say, get into, well, when they with the language, the study, maybe they knew what they were going to do in their career. So if they still continue having those expectations or they just change their mind, okay? The participants, they were 14 students from first semester, all they were female students. They were asked to participate, to answer, to write a narrative, and they agree, all of them. So in this narrative, they were asked to think about and write about their hometown, the characteristics, like the personality, why did they decided to study English, and also it was very important to focus on the educational background, like if they attend in the last years to a public or private school, okay? Here we have the instruments and the data analysis. Well, first, they wrote a narrative at the very beginning of the semester, and then the information was classified. How? It was classified into charts. Here we can see. Also, it was taken like keywords. For example, here we have educational and qualification, role model to others. These were like the keywords from the questions. And then for each question, also the information was classified according to the answers. So in blue here, I mean role model to others. I don't know if you can see the arrow. The blue line, 1, 2, 3, shows how many different answers were given. And then here in the red line, we can see how many students said the same thing. For example, role model to others. There were three different answers, and five girls agree or answer that their family has been a role model to them. They want to be like the mom. I remember it was a girl that the mom was a teacher and she wanted to be like her mom. Also, here 5 more participants in the same question said that I want to be a role model for others. So now it changed. Maybe they had a role model, but they didn't mention. And now they said, I want to be like, I want to inspire someone else. And number 3, a teacher. I remember like 3 girls wrote that when they, along their studies, they have met teachers that inspire them, and someday they want to be like those teachers. Okay, So this is the way that the information was classified. So the results in the first instrument took us to get into these kind of conclusions, like the past, or like to get into these topics. For them, it was very important to choose the major. One of the things that was really, really important during their life, it was to choose the major. Also, something very important was that they got accepted into the career. It was like 3 of them that mentioned to leave hometown. Like maybe they came from a small community or like a place like kind of far from Puebla. Also, family with a professional degree and people who have support them. Then in the first narrative also, what was very important to analyze was the personality, like how do they consider themselves? Some of them said that shy, responsible, solidarity, and they want. Most of them said, I want to achieve my goals. And here, this is very important in the first one about the future. At the very beginning of the semester, when they just get into the late licenciatura, they were thinking that about their expectations and the people who have made impact in their lives. This was like very, very important because this has to do with role models. And then with the second instrument, it took us to this, empowerment and perspectives. How? Because we focus on 3 main aspects: education, role models, and autonomy and independence. Most of them agree that education helps. We all need education. They said, I want to finish the career and I want to get a certification in the language. Yeah, and that's very important, I know. Role models, the family, like this is very, very important because role models inspire students, and I think that we as teachers, we inspire our students. So the family has been the role models, and I want to be a role model, but we just read. And then we have here the perspectives. Also, we have like 3 main dots. New challenges, like since they went to the licenciatura, they realized that they really needed to learn the language. It was not easy to do that, but they have to. They want to finish the career, all of them, well, most of them, and grow professionally. So here we can see that all of these aspects are related to the language and the future, their expectations. And also here we have like an important aspect, bright future for their children, like thinking about like very, very future. They want a better education, a better lifestyle, and one girl said, I don't want to have kids. Well, let's see. And well, finally, here, after that, after all that information was classified, here 6 participants were chosen randomly, and then it was created like these kind of timelines. So the name, the characteristics, here we can see the personality, and the important decisions, like what did they say about the most important about the first narrative and the second narrative. I'm not going to read them because I think we are running out of time, so we better go to the conclusions. So the conclusions are for the first, what are well, these are the answers for the research questions. What are lay female CS perceptions and expectations to learn English in their first semester? So according to the answers, participants' answers, there were 3 significant aspects, like new challenges. They want to have a better future. Most of them, or many of them, agree that they want to be better than maybe than they compare with mom or dad, something like that. And also because they need an additional income. So they stated that they want to learn the language because they want to be independent and grow professionally. Some of them said that they want to travel around the world, that they want to have like good opportunities, and they are pretty sure that with the language and teaching, they are going to achieve that. And the second question was, what are the main factors that influence the participants, I'm sorry,
Process?
The participants' process of empowerment through English language learning. Thank you, Doctora. Three main factors were identified. Education, because they said it's very important. We all need education, and it should be like most of the all the girls study. Role models are very important because they inspire, and since we are like kids, we are growing with models. And authority and independent decision making, because they want to be independent. They want to be by themselves and to travel, what I just said, travel, and so on. And here we have like some of the answers of the participants that just took us to the conclusions. I want to be independent and have some aspirations of professional success. I also want to help other generations to learn English so they can change their thoughts, travel around the world, and teach English. My family is a role model for me because they make a great effort day by day. And because of that, I want other people to follow my example, like to make a real effort, to fight for their dreams, and maybe to follow some other good models. And well, we can see like role models are really, really important so they can like get empowered. And well, here are the conclusions. I don't know, Doctora, do you want help to read or?
Yeah, I can help. Okay. From your study, we can conclude that the expectations that girls have regarding English major are that they want to learn English because it means the language of empowerment and education. And they mention that they will open doors in their future, in their lives. The results also show that these female students are able to change their potentials and capabilities by making good choices. The study has provided with the first step in making clear that the relations among role models, social support, and the way these factors lead women to empowerment through education in a specific community of students. I think you have something else, so if you want me, I can continue. But show me.
No, okay. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Okay, first, empowerment, like just summarizing all the conclusions, empowerment helps female students develop skills and capabilities. They also are more critical when thinking, and well, second, to increase girls' self-confidence, agency, and ability to express their hopes and make decisions about their own lives. Yes, like what we were saying, because in like small communities, they don't even decide about themselves. Mm-hmm. Someone else decide about them, what's going on with their lives. So now they could with empowerment, they can make their own decisions. Okay, third, empowerment might increase women's likelihood of obtaining a better paid work. And finally, female empowerment might develop gender egalitarian attitudes among the members of the society who can see what language learning and education do for women. So we can see that education, language, and empowerment, they are together. Mm-hmm. Here we can see some of our references, and that's it. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you for attending this talk, and we will be ready to answer your questions. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Mayra. Thank you for such a nice work.
Thank you so much, Doctora.
Bye.
Bye. See you soon.
See you soon.